Welcome back to Cabin 6, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at NECA's Friday the 13th Ultimate Jason Voorhees. The final chapter, yes, the final chapter indeed, although it didn't turn out that way as we all now know. I was real excited for this particular edition. As always, as you can see here, NECA with their beautiful box. Window box at that. One of the things I really enjoy about NECA's line is the consistency with it. I really do enjoy the and as you can see there, the open version. There he is with the, and I love the backgrounds. They always have cool different associated backgrounds. They kind of take an area from the movie and kind of backset it with them. So always been a fan of that. Tons of accessories. Another reason, but the main reason is the head sculpts, and of course we'll get into that when we get it out of the box. All right, let's get Jason out of the box and take a look. Now, out of the box, Mr. Voorhees comes with a slew of accessories, probably because most thought it was the final chapter, which we all know now was not meant to be. Definitely cool. They add a Pamela Voorhees gravestone, 1930-1979. At rest, well, that's to be debated. Nice granite work on the paint. Not worn. You know, I liked what I would have liked to see more on this particular piece was a little bit more wear. I've seen other gravestones of Pamela's out there in the line that definitely have more wear and, you know, moss, dirt, just all around it. But all around, overall, a great looking piece. Nice to have to the collection if you don't have a headstone for Mrs. Voorhees. And we'll take a look at the accessories that he comes with. The campfire excluded. Obviously, comes with the part 2 up there. He's just keeping watch. For now, we'll put Mr. Voorhees up on the roof. We'll give him and show a little bit of his posability. We'll just sit him on the roof, give him the game glitch for a minute while we take a look at the accessories. And we'll start off with the machete. Now, every Jason needs his machete. This one in particularly is very bloody. Definitely looks like it's been caked on. Looks great. Again, very straight. A lot of times you'll get some of these accessories and they will be slightly crooked, especially with the smaller pieces. We'll take a look at some of them later. We have them lined up there in front of the chicken coop. Well, we'll keep them open for the time being. They want to see what's going on. He doesn't really mess with the chickens. But this machete, always nice to have. But nice rivet work, a little brown on there. There's a little bit of, if you can see some inconsistencies, that is just the tape that was holding it into the packaging. I just have to get rid of that, but nice piece to have. The bloody machete. And speaking of blood, there is the telltale hacksaw that Jason used in the first kill in part 4. He was bag tagged and sent to the corner. They thought he was goner, but no, not this time or many times after that. Nice detail. Blood on the blade. Very thin. You got to be careful with this one. Definitely of a thinner variety of plastic, but it's definitely very well molded. Nice metallic handle with the tricolor. With the, I love how they pay attention. And there is wear. There's wear on this handle. If you can see down at the bottom, just a slight tinging. Very nice work there. There it is. So this was cool that NECA added this. Very happy with that. Nice paint work, nice mold. And speaking of nice, who can forget the classic? Who could forget the classic kill with, actually it's the, you know, I'm gonna have to skip ahead one. I should have lined them up differently. But the corkscrew right through the hand. And, you know, it's even got the little, it's a nice mold. It's got the blood on the end of it. It does fit into his hand, which is really cool. I'm going to be set for some unfortunate guests that tend to Cabin 6, not knowing the full story. You know, you'd think you'd read up on that stuff by now. Anyway, the corkscrew, nice to have in there as well. And speaking of the corkscrew, we might as well bring out the bloody cleaver, because this was like a twofer. Again, nice blood work on there. It's a double tone, so some's dried
It's almost like it's been like an hour after it's been pulled out of his head. Yes, the bloody cleaver and the corkscrew made for a lethal combination of death and mayhem. Again, nice with the paint jobs. They always, and see that right there, right in the middle. Attention to detail. You get any of these knockoffs, they're not even going to bother with that. There's just going to be, sorry about that. They're not even going to bother with it. It's going to be all just black, you know, but great mold. Really cool that they added this in here to the set. Again, two-tone blood on both sides with the hole in there to hang it up, which it hardly, I'm sure, gets hung up. It's really cool that they added this in there. Another novelty with the double blood, some dry, some wet, is the knife. Michael Myers-ish, of course. But everyone has to have a knife. Now, here they did add the rivets as normal with the full tang, as you can see. And very nice job there. They always pay great attention to detail on that. We're always really excited for that. Also very excited that they added a clean axe. Now, I was thinking when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that's great. You know, some people might not like that, but I do like it. Nice paint job on there. Not too much wood grain as on compared to some of the stuff that they do use. Great idea, because I was thinking I can always just, you know, you can always just get some acrylic paint, blood paint, and do your own design, which leaves the mind open to many creative opportunities. Great thing. Another thing he comes with is another a sculpted extra hand for holding his various arsenal. So this hand will definitely help him in his reign of terror. Comes with an extra head, extra mask. We'll take a look at that after we take a look at the figure. Let's get him down off the hack roof. Let's take a close look. All right, down from his rooftop recess, he just had to take care of a pesky hacker up there. Anyway, he's down in full effect. You can see a much different look than part 3, which we took a look at last time, with the green shirt still intact. However, he has a slight little divide here. We'll bring out part 3 just to give a slight comparison in just a second. But switched up to brown pants rather than the light jean colors. Definitely a really nice sculpt. The mask is definitely seen better days. He has now received that fatal axe wound to the head. It's the first time the mask is really damaged. I do love how they, as you can see here, great detail on the back with the folds as normal. Paint job on the money, little ass mark there from sitting up on the roof. I guess they anticipated that. Articulate as hell, as all NECA figures are. The shoes a little muddied, not too muddied, mostly black, but they did pay some attention to that. Great on the pants, even though with the new color, it looks great. Now this particular one does not have, part 4 does not have the hump like part 3, which is one of my favorite looks of why I like part 3 so much, especially on that dock where he uses the spear gun is really great. You can really get a sense of how kind of lumbering that they wanted to make Jason look. But again, nice sculpt all the way around. Now this one, I was very excited for this particular model, and that comes with the next head. I'm sure you know that you can pretty much embed most of these weapons in there. I kind of snuck out down here to the garage. I did a favor earlier. But loving the whole gist of it. Now we'll bring out part 3 with his axe, just to give you kind of an idea. Basically the same size and height, a little thicker in the chest with part 3. As you can see, that lumbering effect again, and I'll turn them both to the side so you can see the difference. Very different mold on the shirt, on the pants, I would say too. As you can see on the part 4, it's almost like it's more pronounced, especially down here. It's like the same mold, but they just did a little bit more, it's a little deeper. Maybe that's just me, I'm not sure. You can definitely see the difference, some difference in the collar line. The shirt is absolutely different in molding, different wrinkles. Now, part 4, in all his glory. And now, On to the part where I was real excited for. Not only do you get all these accessories, but to be able to embed it into his head, I saw that and I was just like, okay, I got to have that figure. So let's take a look at him without his mask before we get to that, and take a look at face sculpt. All right, and now we have the mask off. We'll take a look at his face sculpt up close, and here's a little bit of a closer look at the mask. We really didn't get a great look at it before. Nice detail, half chevron. The two bottom ones worn off. I like the little scratches on there. It's almost like a crack developing there from the axe wound. Nice job on the rivets. You know me and my rivet work. I always like to make sure, but they nailed it on this one. Very nice. And the inside, they did a good job. You got to be careful. This one here on this side, you can see is almost not all the way through, but the other two are in good shape. So happy about that. But the face sculpt, there he is. You can see where they really went into effect with the detail, and I'll bring it a little closer for you guys, and you can see what I'm talking about. You know, I'm going to utilize this great camera and try to get you all the wrinkles. I mean, look at that. Look at the detail, the paintwork, attention to detail all over the place. Little blood splatter over there. Got the lumpy head, that kind of flanged out ear on that. On this side over here, looks great. The teeth. Look at that grimace. Well, he's not having a great day, but he's not having a horrible day in the end of it. So I love the face sculpt. You can see the veins. They really go to bat. I mean, they really go to bat, and they bat 1,000 when they come up with these paint jobs and these sculpts. They really take their time. Can't wait for part 7. So that's going to be a really cool one to look at. All right, so let's take a look at the other head sculpt and mask, and let's get to embedding. All right, with head sculpt number 2 on, I just armed him a little bit there. You know, I mean, even though he can do things with his mitts, he has too many accessories to be ignored. He is looking debonair in his brand new mask. Now, this one has some chevron left on it, pardon me. One on the right there, as you can see, under the left eye, one on the left, halfway, and he's got the halfway up top like the first mask. Now, this one does not have as much scarring on it, a little bit there from the mold, but still looking good. A little bit different of blood work on the axe wound, but part 4 looking great from the final chapter with both head sculpts. And we'll take a closer look at his mask, and let's bring him up. Slight variation difference there, nose a little bit more worn. The chevrons obviously different. Still nailed my rivets there like that. Thank you. There's the eyes right through the mask. Very cool looking. And let's get the mask off and see the second head sculpt, where he's definitely a little angry, and it definitely looks like he's in space a little bit more. Well, he'll get there sooner or later, right? There is the slot where you can insert, and we'll just take the machete, since that would be appropriate. And there you go. Right in there. This is why I was so excited for this. Maybe that's why they did the slide technique on the blood pattern there on the machete. But always cool, especially, you know, when he reaches out and then he falls and it comes and it runs right through. I mean, come on, that's just great. And I think, you know, I'm pretty sure you can fit most of these in there. I'm sure anything with the same, I mean, heck, you know, there, why not? That would hurt too. But that is one of the main reasons I was really excited for this this particular Voorhees figure. I love the addition of that. Really cool, especially when you're doing stop motion. I'm going to be utilizing stop motion, as some of you may know. If you don't know, now you know. So that'll be coming up soon. As you can see, the yeah, she didn't make it, and neither will anyone else. But he's not happy there. A little bit angrier. As you can see, he's still mad. He's mad here, but in the second one, after he gets the after the pain sets in, I think he gets a little bit upset. So there you have it, NECA's Ultimate Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason Voorhees. And I couldn't be happier. I love it. Can't wait to get him into the cabin and see what type of mayhem he can create in there with the rest of these pesky counselors. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, sub up and like the video and share if you would. We'll see you on the other side. We got some great stuff going on. Meanwhile, stay safe.